Hello, children. Welcome to math class. Today we're going to get started into a little section all about integers, our favorite type of numbers, because they get into the negatives. So we're going to be getting into how to deal with these negative numbers, how to write them, how to order them, how to solve them. We'll be getting into how to do them with equations. We'll be adding and subtracting them, multiplying, dividing them, all that good stuff. But today we're just going to get into what is the basics of integers. What are integers? How do we use those? And how does that relate with this term here, absolute value? How does that relate with integers? So there's where we're going to be today. It's going to be a great day. Let's get it going. So, integers, the term integer. This means the set of all whole numbers and their opposites. Set of all whole numbers and their opposites. The reason I put opposites in a different color is because that's our next vocabulary word. What are the opposites of numbers? Well, I mean, if I were thinking about it, I would say, well, the opposite of a number is maybe a letter. I don't know. It's not a letter. The opposites, or another word for opposites, is called additive inverse. This is the numbers. Let's change the color here. This is the numbers that are the same distance from 0 on a number line. Okay, so numbers are numbers that are the same distance from 0 on a number line. So for example, if I put on my number line 4, well, to get from 4 to 0, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 places. To find the opposite of that, I'm going to go 4 places in the other direction. 2, 3, 4, and get me -4. 4 and -4 are opposites. Another way to think about opposites is they are either the positive version of a negative or the negative version of a positive. So it's either the positive version of a negative number or the negative version of a positive number. So if I said, all right, I have the number 39. What's the opposite of 39? Well, this is the positive, so the opposite would be the negative. It would be -39. Those are the opposites. All right, now, those are integers. So integers are just all positive and negative numbers. Okay, so when we talk about integers, it's just all the positive and negative numbers. All right, let's get rid of all of this. Takes a little bit. You have that all written down, hopefully. If not, you should probably go back and write that all down. All right, now, let's say that I'm playing golf. And why I would play golf, don't ask me. I'm terrible at it. But let's say for some reason I'm playing golf and I score a score of 4. And my dad's playing and he scores a score of -3. And my brother's playing and he scores a score of 7 because I want to be better than him. And Tiger Woods is playing with us for some reason and he scores a score of -10. And I wanted to say, okay, well, who is the winner here? Who's the winner in this game? Remember, this is me. This is Dad. This is my brother Alex. And this is Tiger Woods. Okay. So, if you don't know about golf, the rules of golf said that the lowest score is the winner. So if we wanted to put all of these points onto a number line and see which is the lowest number, we would put all these points. We have 4, we have -3, we have 7, and we have -10. And so we can see on our number line, -10 here is our lowest score. It's the smallest one on our number line. Remember, this is always just, a number line is always just, always going smaller in that direction and larger in that direction. So when you're on a number line, you're always getting smaller when you go to the left, and you're always getting bigger when you go to the right. So in this situation, Tiger Woods would be the winner. Clearly, he's a superior golfer than my dad, myself, or my brother. So that would be what that looks like. Okay, so let's just say if I had these integers, how would you order them for me? If I had the integers of these integers here, put these in order from smallest to largest. I'll give you a second to do that. Great, we're all done. Put them in order from smallest to largest. Well, starting with our number line, starting on the smallest going larger, the first number we run into is -5. Then we run into -2, then 3, then 4. So this would be putting them in order. Starting on the left, as we're going right, which number comes first? -5, -2, 3, 4. That would be how we order our integers. All right, now let's talk about this thing called absolute value. This last term we've got going on here, absolute value. What is absolute value? Absolute value is a thing that if you hear it for the first time, you might be like, what is this? It sounds like I'm going to get very confused. Absolute value is great. Absolute value, what it does, I don't know if you can hear my neighbor's dogs barking in the background. Maybe you can. They got a new one and it barks all the time. So excited about that. Absolute value is the distance a number is from 0. It's how far away a number is from 0. Absolute value is always positive. Absolute value is always positive. And the way we write absolute value is we write it as 2 lines going up and down with some kind of number in the middle. This number is going to be n. Some kind of number in the middle of 2 lines, and that equals n as a positive value. If we had our absolute value of -n, that would also equal n. Remember, absolute value always positive. So if I said, what is the absolute value, those are very skinny absolute value, of 7? Well, 7 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places away from 0. It's 7. What if I said, what is the absolute value of negative 4? Well, negative 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4 places away from 0. So my answer would be 4. What would the absolute value of negative 17 be? Well, the absolute value of negative 17 would be 17. What if I did a math problem and I said, okay, what if I had the absolute value of negative 9 plus the absolute value of 7? Well, let's think about it. Absolute value of a negative number is that positive version. So the absolute value of negative 9 is 9, plus the absolute value of 7 is 7. So this would be 16. We just add the two positive values up, and we call it good. All right, so in that, knowing all that information, let's say, what is the absolute value of negative 8 plus the absolute value of negative 9? All right, answer that for me, and I will see you all tomorrow. We'll talk about this then. Have a great day.